welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of T-Shirt Business Podcast. Today I have a special friend with me, Angel. So I met Angel through the internet, through Instagram. I've been following his journey so far. Angel is starting up a home-based shop, a screen printing shop. And I thought it would be real cool to get Angel into the podcast so we could talk to him, learn what he's doing, and learn from him. Angel, welcome to the podcast. Tell us a little bit about you so we can get started, man.
Well, yeah, my name is Angel, by the way, and I started in 2020, but originally I started in 2018. I bought a heat press. I watched one of
Yeah,
the Stan Banks video, and that's how everything started. But again, I have quit for 2 years, but now I decided to do something new, and it was screen printing. And it was
yeah,
something about screen printing, man, that it caught my attention. So I went through screen printing. Now I have a little small business here at home where I do
yeah.
the services of screen printing, embroidery, sublimation, and we do vinyl. Like that's the OG right there.
Wow,
So yeah, that's pretty much, now I started YouTube. We started like 4 months ago, you know, and
nice.
it's picking up really fast. It's getting some subscribers out there. And just my whole goal with that is just to put myself out there, record my journey for others to be motivated, just like I am, my beginner stage.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So why, like, you could have been doing anything like else, but why did you choose the t-shirt business to kind of make your living? Why is that?
Be honest, yeah, I was always passionate about the art, like the artwork, the designs. I always wanted a clothing brand back then. And
Okay.
it's one of the things is the most important thing is what's the graphic design. And I just love t-shirts. I love t-shirt, wearing t-shirt. It could be a blank t-shirt. I just love it. And putting a design to it, it makes it more, how can I use a word? I don't know if this is a word, lovable, you know.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
get you.
I just love it, man. It was pretty much the art.
That's awesome. So your shop is at home, right?
Yes.
I can see some of the stuff in the back. So
Yeah.
if you're watching the video, you can see some of the backdrop. It looks
Yes,
nice.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
How
have
big
to
is
set it up for you, man.
how big is your working area at home?
Man, this is a box. I call it a box, man. It's really tiny, but
All right.
again, that's my whole thing. But the YouTube thing, start what you have, you know, don't limit yourself, because if you limit yourself, you're not gonna start. So that's my thing, man. Just start small, and then whenever you get up there, you move up.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's not a big space. It's a tight space, but we
Gotcha.
make it happen.
Let's talk about the equipment then. Like what? So when you were starting, you went out and looked to see what type of equipment to get, right? What,
Yes.
what did you end up getting?
Well, I bought a bundle, right, from screenprinting.com. It's the I believe it's the one station four color.
Yeah.
That's the Riley Hopkins 150, and it came with the exposure unit. Came with, of course, emulsion and the startup kit. Pretty much, you get
Yeah.
everything that you need to start rolling. And we also have I have a Ricoma 16 by 20
Oh,
heat press.
nice.
Yes, I love their product. It's an auto open, and we also added to the business the embroidery, the NT
That's,
1501 from
I
Ricoma.
saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, and we also have the Sawgrass 1000 for sublimation, and we have another Epson 7710 that we converted for sublimation also. And we, of course, we run the vinyl cutter, have the silhouette.
Man, you're doing that's a lot at once. You got screen printing, you got embroidery, you got the vinyl. Like you know all of these things and you know how to do
Ye-
them.
yes, 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 I do. I don't record most of all of it, you know what I mean? But I do have the experience doing the other stuff like vinyl sublimation and embroidery. We just added that to the business, so I'm still learning, trying to get perfect that craft and stuff.
Yeah,
And of
that's
course, the
awesome,
the
my
new
guy.
journey is the screen printing, of course.
Yeah, screen printing is a beast, man. It has a nice little curve that you have to it. You have to kind of like get in there. I would almost say for me, it took me about 2 to 3 months before I kind of like I felt confident or comfortable enough.
Yes.
Like my first few jobs, I mean, we got paid for them, but I don't know. I should have been paying the customer.
Oh man.
Because
Yes.
for them to trust me on early on without me knowing too much, it was a
Yes, definitely.
blessing. But yeah, Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
So, you know, graphic designing, because I see some of the stuff that you do on YouTube. You do graphic designing too, right?
Yes.
So, how's business? Like, you got all these equipment, you got them at your home in your box. Like,
Mhm.
how's business for you? Is it like what you thought it would be? Is it better? Are you growing?
Yes. Well, as you know how everything is, you start, it's a small progress, right? I'm in right
Yeah.
now in the stage where it's really slow. I'm barely getting orders. I know I have to market myself more out there, but yeah, we pretty slow right now. Hopefully, it can
Yeah.
pick up soon. You know what I mean? But that doesn't limit me
Can
from,
you hear
of
me?
course, we can't give up, and that's when we start getting slow. So yeah, we slow right now, but hopefully, we can start picking up soon.
Nice. Like, so what's your mindset like when, let's say right now it's slow, right? Are you feeling like nervous? Are you feeling, you know, man, I made a bad decision? What's that feeling like?
No, not that I regret it at all. You know what I mean? I could have go
Yeah.
to my 9 to 5 job and bring more income. You know what I mean? But when I'm slow and in the printing side, I have my other small gig where it's the graphic design. I do logo designing, so that would be another
Mm,
income. I just finished a logo design not long ago. I got paid for that. So we had to figure when we saw here figure some other ways to have another income. You know, so
nice,
yeah, I don't
nice.
I don't I don't get nervous. Because I know that that's how the game is. You have your time where it's slow and your time where you're up there. You know.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, man. For me, if I'm in that space, yeah, you got this bridge that you got to cross, right? Before you could like, then you could start like feeling like you're getting traction. But crossing that bridge is tough, man, especially if you got bills to pay, you got
Yes.
family to take care of. Like
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
it's so your business is slow, you're just beginning your business, and you got bills to pay. You got family to take care of. Like, what's your mindset, man? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, man. You gotta go out there. Gotta hustle. When we like market myself, word of mouth. That's my thing. I had to go and grind as much as I can to get clients. That's what
Yeah.
I've been doing. And I don't know what's wrong over here, man, but people don't want to work, like they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like that. That's the point where I sometimes get a little frustrated. I'm like, where I gotta go and target, where I gotta go to market my business. What type of business should I be seeking that they're gonna need shirts,
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's the part where I'm stuck, man. That every single time I go to a place, they already have a printer already, so they are loyal to those people. I feel like they are scared to work with another person.
Yeah.
And I know you had the business mindset, right? I'm more of the crafter, the art and stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
never was into this business mind. So now this
Mm-hmm.
is all new to me. I'm learning and trying to suck in as much information from other people who had the experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my mindset right now, where I need to go out there and really seek these things to target other people to bring income home.
Definitely. Definitely. For me, what I kind of what worked for me like early. Like, here's how I got my first customer. I mean, it was not my doing. We was moving up to our shop, and somebody saw us. It was like, "Hey, what is this?" I was like, "Hey, it's a screen printing machine, or it's a t-shirt making machine." He was like, "Okay, you want to print my shirts?" Like, okay, yeah. So it was that easy. And, and some of the same thing you're doing right now, like documenting the process, putting it on Instagram and on Facebook. Like before we like was officially open, we had a few orders just like already waiting for us, right? Just because we was posting stuff on Facebook. Hey, this is my next thing that I'm gonna be trying out.
Yes.
Now, I would say like first year, just like you, I'm from the Caribbean. So in South Florida, there's like a big Caribbean community, right? It's just like in all of those community, there's a bunch of events, parties,
Yeah.
and business stuff that they got going on. It's just putting myself into those scene and those space, and just, hey, I'm the t-shirt guy. Here's a business card. Here's a simple. Here's my
Yep.
Instagram. Here's this. And over time, just people just kind of like hear about it, man.
Yeah, definitely. I believe one of those living in those places really help for the business because there's a lot going on over there, you know.
Yeah.
So that I had that in my mind also. Whenever I decide to move to PR, you know, there's so much going on. Everybody wants shirts over there. You know, everybody has
Yeah.
some type of event. You know, that's the good thing
Yeah.
about these places, man. Like over here, just pizza shops here. You know, it's not really much going on
I
where
gotcha.
I'm at. I live in a small town, so
Yeah. Yeah. But also, just like, I don't know, I'm just putting this out there. You know, like, even though those people have a t-shirt printer, I mean, some customers are loyal to their t-shirt printer, which is a good thing because once you get your customer, you want them to be loyal to you.
definitely yes.
But I don't think that you cannot, you could get to them, and you could get to them by just going, doing the extra that their t-shirt printer is not doing, or their service provider is not doing. The extra could be, you know, printing some samples, because people, you could talk all day, but showing somebody's like a physical
It's
thing
different.
is completely different. So going that extra mile could be super helpful.
Yes, I'm gonna be thinking about doing that because it's like you said, you can talk all you want about your services, a cheaper price or whatever, but they want to see the visual, you know, they want to get to feel it or whatever. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing
Yeah,
that because we have to make something work, you know.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So what do you do? What do you do for fun? Like Angel, like you're in the t-shirt thing. You're trying to like put your name out there. You try to make a build your business. But what about you? What's
Man, life
like
is
you got your family. You got a family, right?
yes, life is great, man. I can't complain. You know, I have two beautiful daughters. One is 10, and the other one is 4, and having another one on the way. This my baby boy finally, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and my wife, just an amazing person. Right now, she's a travel nurse. Man, I can't complain. You know, I just go out, have fun, just dedicate my time to my family. You know, I think it's the most
Yeah,
important thing to do. Separate yourself from the business, and because you know sometimes when you like trying to ego eye on just on the business, man, you get trapped in this one box that you don't want to be in. You know, so it's good
yeah,
to go out, you know, and spend time with the family, and that's what I do, man. Just give all my time to my family.
nice. I'm glad to hear that because it is a very tough balance when you become an entrepreneur because you are so locked into your goals and you want
Yeah.
to build this empire, and you know, and sometimes you're leaving behind a world of hurt because you're not taking care of your family. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I beginning to notice those things, you know, and it gets to a time where I say, you know what, I need to stop. You know, I need to get out of these four walls here, you know, because it becomes not healthy for you, you know, and not healthy for your family.
Yeah, yeah. So, in a couple of, let's say, a year from now, 2 years from now, if you go in your mind, like, what do you see for yourself, man, with the t-shirt thing?
But I see myself, to be honest, I see myself being successful, you know,
Yeah,
because I'm this type of person when I lock into my something that I really like, I'm gonna go for it. You know, everything I've done in life, right? Boxing, I was a boxer.
nice.
Every sport, you know, everything I did in life, I logged in to do it, and I became good at it. You know, even parkour. I don't know if you know what parkour is. When I was in my early age, man, you know, flipping and doing all these gymnastic flips, you know,
Yeah,
everything because I dedicate myself to the craft, you know, to training, and that's I look at this as that, you know, as some type of training that I need to
yeah,
educate myself and learn as much as I can to be successful in life. So I look at that at the t-shirt business. Yes, I say little by little, I'm gonna be successful. I may not be like other
nice.
companies where they have these massive buildings, which I don't want to be a massive shop. You know,
That's
I
good.
want to be this one shop that dedicates to the client to build an awesome relationship with them and build a solid foundation. You know, and of course with that, giving them the quality.
Nice. So, do you see yourself having like, do you see yourself always staying home, like staying in a home shop, or moving
Uh,
to like a warehouse or something?
no, definitely. I would like to get a space when it's that time. You know, when I see
Yeah.
that okay, it's time. I'm growing. You know, I think it's time to get a place. Yes, I will definitely see myself doing that.
That's awesome, my guy. And I mean, that comes with employees and all that too. Like, you
Yeah.
ready for you ready for that?
Yeah, in due time, man. It's if it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That. All right. Cool. Yeah, man. So, what is it that, like, probably, let's say right now, so right now you're a little bit ahead. Let's say I'm cold from the street. Man, I had a 9 to 5 job and I'm hating this 9 to 5 job. And I'm thinking about starting t-shirt printing. What are you telling me? Do you tell me to do it or are you telling me don't do it?
I mean, if you had the 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay in that 9 to 5 until you know that you mean like to quit the job, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
quit the job
Yeah, yeah.
and do t-shirt.
Man, I'll tell you, go for it, but not to quit the job right away.
Okay.
Build yourself, your clientele, and then whenever you have the investment, the money saved to the side to start the t-shirt business, go ahead and do it. But
Yeah.
for me now, you can start getting yourself a heat press, vinyl. I recommend that route, or they could go the screen printing route. Which one is easier for them, of course, because
Yeah.
they have different range of prices. So yeah, I'll definitely tell them to go for it, but just stay in that 9 to 5 job until it makes sense for them to quit.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome advice. I struggled with this in the beginning because when I started, so I had a job, right? So I had a job and then I started my screen printing. So I'm coming from work and then I go screen print for the orders that I would get and work on my shop and work on building my business. And then I felt like maybe like I probably did this for about 5 months. And then I told myself, I'm like, I am never gonna respect my business if I have this other thing that's taking my time.
Yes.
So I just kind of just cut it and just risk it all on the business.
Yes.
So it is,
Yeah.
you do have to keep I would say the same thing, keep the job that you have, like work it, but you have to get to a point where you make that clean cut, like
Yes.
go.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Definitely. That was one of the things I did, man. Like, it's not easy working for other people. You know, it's a pain to be honest. But
Yeah,
you can't. You could complain for a little bit, but you have the choice to make a decision. You can either just stay in this 9 to 5 job, or you could just go ahead and build something for your own and work on it, right? I believe it's something. It's you
yeah,
reap, right, what you sow into your business, and that was my mindset, man. To do something for myself, to start something that I could pass this through generation through generation, my family, and I say I took the best decision ever. I'm happier, you know. Instead of, I'm not saying nothing wrong for the people who work just the 9 to 5. I did it. Everybody done it. But yeah, but if you want to start a business, man, go for it, and go for it 100%. You,
yeah,
you got to make sure you're 100% when you do it.
yeah, yeah, you do. Because I feel like you could always go back to the 9 to 5, maybe not your same job, right? But you could always go back to the 9 to 5. The world's not gonna stop because you stop working.
Yes.
There's still gonna be people that, that need service and need, so you could always go back. But I think you do need to kind of focus on one thing. The like the business, like small businesses, especially like business that you're starting from home, it needs the energy from the founder. It needs that. And if your energy is split into two different things, you just can't grow it.
Yes, that's how it was, man. Like, I couldn't post content on YouTube. I couldn't done none of that stuff, because I have my time. I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
and go to job to work, and it was just too much. When I get home, I didn't have time to shoot content. That's why I had a lot of stuff, a lot of orders that I do. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get a chance to record, because I just didn't have the time. But
Yeah.
now I have the time, and now I could shoot my videos, and and do all these other things. Of course, focus on the business, and if I have a job, boom, kill that.
Yeah.
I couldn't done that before. Everything's like, come out of work. If I get to it, I get to it.
Nice. Yeah. No, awesome. Like it's good to make that change. Like, is there like where do you get like your inspiration and your drive from? Is it like from book, because like for me, I get a lot of inspiration and drive from like just reading books and stuff like that. You know, that's my way of learning. Some people I know they watch videos. Some people, they get it from church or from family. Like, what is your thing? What's driving you?
Man, what drives me is my faith, and not because I'm a strong believer, and that's the only book I really read. I read that the Holy Bible, man,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
have other books that I read, but that's my foundation, you know, and of course, watching other people who are successful in the business, it motivates me. Like
Yeah,
I
of
have
course.
other influencers on YouTube which I follow, and man, they've been in this journey with me since day one, and they have inspired me to do this and encourage me and stuff like that. So yes, man, content is powerful, man. People who've been in the business and seeing how they doing things, and you take whatever gems they give in those videos. I take them and I implement them in my business, and that's pretty much drives me into, of course, creating content and this business.
Yeah, yeah. Content is, bro. Like without content, I don't think a lot of us do what we do because, like, because you need to see it, right, for your mind to believe it. Like, like for me, when I was fresh starting out, like a key person that was super influential to like for my whole journey was watching this guy named Ryan Moore. Like I watched a lot of his stuff that he was putting on his channels, Ryonet. So it was super impactful for me to see somebody that, well, one could articulate the thing in a way that like I could relate, because sometimes that's why it's important for a bunch of different people to do content. Because maybe I could relate to you and I can't relate to the next guy, right?
A hundred
So
percent.
for me, I was able to relate to some of the stuff that he was talking about. I like, his view in on the industry and just giving insight how the industry work and just teaching people. Of course, he's trying to make a sale, which everybody knows that.
Yes.
Like, yeah, but it's super impactful, like the content that's out there, helping how it helps people out.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I remember I couldn't shoot videos. I didn't know really much about content, but now that I look at it with different lenses, man. These are opportunities. You putting yourself out there for other people to see your content. You don't know who's watching. Like the other day, somebody, they offered me a partnership. I'm like, it's no way how with the amount of followers that I have on my channel, people are reaching out. And I believe it's about how you present yourself, right? How you set up the stage, and how what type of value are you giving to the audience.
Yeah,
So I must have been doing something pretty good that this, they noticed those things and they reach out. So man, I always say start posting content. It doesn't matter what type, just do it because you never know who's watching.
yeah, good. Like we're talking now. We're not
Yeah,
talking
like
now if you don't.
like this right here. I see this is an opportunity you give me, because you saw my content, you saw the videos I was posting in my journey, and here we are today. We are talking, and it's
Yeah,
awesome, man. It's awesome, and it's crazy how you could build a relationship on social media, right? Like I know you already,
yeah,
from your posts and stuff like that. And then when you see some random guy in the street, it's kind of awkward, but here I haven't met you personally, right? And it's just
yeah.
different, man. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's a different world, man. It's a different world. Yeah. So, what's something that you want to share? Maybe I'm not asking you. Maybe something about yourself or about your business.
I mean, if you okay, yeah. So if you go in the screen printing route, right? This is for anybody who want to start in the business. It's a process. It's not easy, man. This is not easy. I'm gonna say 100%. I say the hardest part for me was the dark room. Setting up the screens, the emulsion, and all that stuff. Which everybody always say that because it is 100% true. So it's a process. Don't give up. Just continue to practice and get good at that craft. That's what I can say. That is one of the hardest things that I done. It was screen printing.
Yeah, that dark room thing is you have to you like I think to set that thing up properly, you have to give up a couple of weekends where you just like I'm gonna try to go and experiment on a dark room, like to get your exposure time lined up, to see how your emotion reacts to the light,
The
Like you
testing,
have,
oh man.
yeah, you really have to just like, all right, these next 2 weekends, I'm just gonna be doing that.
And I don't have a designated area where I have my dark room. This is my dark room right here. You know, I
Yeah,
covered the window with a black garbage bag. I don't know if you've seen that video.
no, I
It-
didn't.
no, so yeah, I cover it. You know, and that brings no light in. Then I have my little drawers, and I put my screens in there. So it's hard. This is not a control environment like other people, like other shops have. They have a control
Mhm.
environment where they get exposed super fast. It's different here. So it's a process. Like if I messed up one screen and I only do one screen, I have to wait the next day.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. See,
So that,
that's for the bigger shops that's listening to this. Remember this. Remember how you started. Angel is just bringing this back to you. This thing was, you know,
yes. So it's like I remember, yeah, no experience at all. I'm doing this was my fourth customer. Was one of the hardest job I done, man, because he wanted it was on a dark garment, so I needed the underbase. I never done an underbase, because if not, it's not gonna pop. The yellow's not gonna come through, right? It's not gonna be bright. So I did that underbase. I got it down packed, but I was having problem exposing
yeah.
because I was using a new emulsion. So I did not know the exposure time at all. You know,
So, what's the best way to reach out to you? What's the best way to get hold of
yeah, the best way it could be there, through Instagram, direct message me in there. We also have our email there. You can send. I prefer email. So that is the way you could contact me because right now we're working on the website to see what how can we go about the website. We don't have one right now. We have the domain.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, email and direct message me on Instagram.
So, what's the email and what's the Instagram?
Yes, atprint at gmail.com. Instagram will be atprint.
Okay, so the letter A, the word T spelled out, Tee.
Yes, and then
Okay,
print.
right. Yeah, yeah. Hey
Same
man,
thing for the
Angel,
email.
that's awesome. Man, thank you so much for coming to the T-shirt Business Podcast.
Thank you.
And I am gonna be following your journey,
Thank you.
seeing like what the progression is, seeing what happens 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. I'm hoping a
Nice.
year
Thanks,
from
man.
now. I'm hoping a year from now we could reconnect and you could be like, man, I've smashed this thing.
Yes, definitely, man. I can't, because I'm 100%, man. I gotta share. I gotta be 100. When I'm not doing good, I'm not doing good. I cannot be
Yeah,
like, oh, everything is crazy over here. That's
yeah.
the reality. But we don't give
People
up there.
respect. Yeah, people respect that, man. And I think authenticity wins people over. That fakeness doesn't. People could see right through the fakeness.
Yes, definitely. All right, man.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Thank you.
everything. Thank you for this opportunity you have given me. And again, thank you.
You're welcome.